Hey, everybody. I don't usually speak at Musicafe, at least not anymore. There's no need to. Hopefully you've seen enough of it already to understand that these students are perfectly capable of planning, performing, and stage managing by themselves. I am here to be a faculty advisor, but they got this, right? The thing is, thank you, yeah, they do. The thing that I'd like my current students to take from tonight's show is that it was not always like this. There were students years ago, before them, who were the ones who figured out how to stage manage and plan and perform these shows. And those people handed down that knowledge as they matured through Mount Hope and eventually graduated. So I'd like to take a couple of minutes to speak about one of those people tonight. Her name's Elysia LeBeau. Alycia started here as a freshman in 2016, and she immediately distinguished herself as being one of the most energetic and opinionated people we'd ever had in chorus. However, she was also the kindest, the most loving, the person who was most likely, if they saw someone sitting by themselves in the cafeteria, to just go over and say hello, even if she didn't know them. That's who she was. She very quickly found the music department as her home. And she loved our concerts, of course, but about halfway through that year, I started speaking to the students about this idea that I had had for a student-run open mic. And I think more than anyone else from that year, from that class, she kind of grasped it immediately and just went 100% into helping make this a reality. Every night that any date that we had a Musicafe, I could count on her being in the chorus room at 2:40, ready to move equipment, or more likely with her hand on her hip going, Mr. Lauria, are you ready or not? Because we gotta go. Okay, Alycia, we'll get going. She wasn't just behind the scenes, though. She was also one of our most regular performers. I think that she probably performed at every single open mic that she was eligible to perform at in her 4 years here. And it wasn't just other people's music, and this is something that's really important. I went through a bunch of our correspondence. I kind of went through Gmail to see what we had, and I was struck. I remembered this, but I didn't remember how much. I was struck by how many songs she had sent me that she wrote. Partial songs or something she recorded on her phone and just kind of send it over, or song lyrics where there was no music yet, but boy, I was thinking about this. I want to know what you think. Would you give me some feedback on it? After she left, we started a songwriting class here, and we've had it for 4 years now, and it occurred to me reading the email that indirectly she was a great influence on the fact that happened. She was proof that there was student interest in writing songs and music, and I want to thank her for that. I wish I could thank her for that. So as the students and I, as I said, we spent a lot of time talking about how best to memorialize her tonight, and given what I've just told you, it seemed to me that the absolute best thing that we could do is to perform one of her songs. We have Kiara DeRobbio here, who grew up with Alycia, was her neighbor for a long time, and she's going to sing this in her place. And spectacularly, we had 2 students who sang backup on this song in 2017, who are obviously alumni who have been gone for years. And when I texted them and said, would you mind coming and singing that again? Without hesitation, they both agreed. So Alycia, Tierney, and Aster Kallman will be singing backups on this song called Now That I Have You. And this is our memorial for Alycia.
This is Now That I Have You by Elysia LeBeau. I used to be a solitary soul, hanging on my own, driving all alone. Now something inside me is starting to change. Now that I have you, I'm not crying all alone. Now that I have you, I'm not crying on my own. Now that I have you, I'm not crying anymore. Now that I have you, you make me feel like I could learn to win. If I just let go, where will I begin? Now something inside me is starting to change. Now that I have you, I don't feel so alone. Now that I have you, I'm not crying on my own. Now that I have you, I'm not crying anymore. Now that I have you, none of us fly. I think the sin is not to try, but now I'm floating